Now, point number one. Point number one, we wrote that strong eyesight. Now, on strong eyesight, what does that mean? This simply means that the ability to see what is in front of you. Now, I want you to look at your environment and think to yourself, what are the opportunities that are actually in front of me right now? I don't want you to think of something that is further or something that is of a distance. This is something that is actually in front of you. Look at what is in front of you and ask yourself, what is the opportunity that I can get from the things that are around me? For remember, an eagle has a strong eyesight, which means it has the ability to see what is in front of it. This is the ability to see the environment, to scan the environment that you're currently operating in. Right? That's what we wrote for point number one. Now, if you move on again to point number two then says that sharp vision. Now, this is the ability to see beyond what your eyes can see. Can I repeat that? Strong vision simply means that this is the ability to see beyond what your own two eyes can see. Right? Now, I want you to keep in mind, what is this sharp vision? Now that you've looked around, I want you to ask yourself, what are the opportunities that are around that are going to allow me to be able to get to the desired goal that I have for the future? For remember, first we said that you have to have strong eyesight, be able to recognize the opportunities that are actually in front of you. And now on point number two, we say that sharp vision, when you've now identified these opportunities, when you've now looked at your environment and scanned and realized that I want to get to point B, but these are currently the opportunities that are there for me. Sharp vision then allows you to realize that, okay, since this is the opportunity, how therefore can I use this opportunity to enable me to get to my desired goal or to my desired vision that is in the future. That is what we established on point number two, which says that sharp vision. Sharp vision simply means that the ability to see beyond what your two eyes can see. What are the opportunities? How can I use these opportunities to help me to reach to my desired goal? Now, when you go to point number three then says that focus. Focus. Right? Focus. An eagle has immense and wonderful focus ability. Now, what is the advantages of focus? Focus creates direction and it creates as well a definitive of purpose. What do I mean by this? When you have focus and you have vision and you have a strong eyesight, this allows you to create a definitive of purpose. It allows you to have direction in your life. It allows you to focus on certain things in your life. This allows you to broaden your mind and realize that this is the direction that I want to take in my life. And it also gives you a definitive of purpose, which gives you direction as well in your life. So these are the three key principles, guys. If you can master these three key principles, you're going to not need any other lessons that are going to come forward in this series. If you can master that, you have to have strong eyesight, sharp vision, and focus. These are the three things that define an eagle. And these are the lessons that you are bringing to you today, that if you can have these three principles, these three key lessons in your life, you are going to go far in your life. For remember, when you have strong eyesight, you have the ability to see what is in front of you. When you have a strong vision, you have the ability to see beyond what your own two eyes can see. And when you have focus, you have direction and a definitive of purpose. You're not just going around and not knowing where you're going. You know where you're going and you have direction of where you're actually going. Now, one key thing I want us to note is that without sharp vision and focus, an eagle will starve to death. Without the ability to see beyond your own environment and without direction in your life, an eagle is going to starve to death. Let's bring it home. Without direction in your life, you are going to be taken by every wave that comes into your life. When you hear that people are now doing stocks, you're going to run there. When you hear that people are now doing cryptocurrency, you're going to run there because you don't have direction and you don't have focus of where you want to go. What is it that you want to do in your life? Have focus, have vision, have the ability to see beyond your own environment. Now, why is it that when you don't have the ability to see beyond your own environment, you're going to perish? Because you're going to be limited only to your environment. Now, if your environment is currently a bad environment, you need to see beyond that current environment and ask yourself, how can I use this current bad environment and this negative environment to my own advantage so that it can enable me to reach my desired goals and my desired reality that I want to have in the near future? Right? You must have focus and a sharp vision. Have the ability to see beyond your own environment. Have the ability to have direction and have focus in your own life. Now, vision allows you to create, but not just create, but purposefully create, which is what we talked about when we say that it creates a definitive of purpose. Now, because of vision, you look at the challenge, but you see an opportunity. Because you know where you're going, you are able to look at a challenge and then realize that this is actually an opportunity to enable me to reach to my desired goal. This is the power of vision. Now let us move on and try to understand other points, that how can this help me in my life as well as I proceed, so that I can be able to master these 11 ego principles that I can be guaranteed to have success in my life.